welcome to the Soap Dish, where we dish about the soaps. Today is April 26th, but we are talking about General Hospital from Friday, April 25th. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I know it's late. I don't know if anybody will end up seeing this, but I've just gotten so much support, and I appreciate you guys understanding that, like, I'm a mommy, so I have stuff. But that doesn't take away from how much I enjoy talking about the shows and watching the shows and talking about them with you people. And I'm just really grateful. It's very humbling and also rewarding, and I just appreciate you. All right, so we start the episode today, yesterday rather. Jordan and Sidwell are there. Blah 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 blah. Very intriguing. Drew comes in later in the scene. Jordan wants a fresh start with him. My note is Jordan is dumb. my note says, with all it says in terms of Jordan, Drew, and Sidwell is Jordan is dumb / Esplanade takes Sonny's peers. The end. Next, we have Alexis and Marco. We can't get this man a desk. If he gonna be work at that firm, like he can't get a desk. He should have like maybe not a private office, because they don't even have a private office. But attorneys should be having private offices, like at least like a damn divider or something, all the confidential shit they talk about. But if Marco gonna be here, we should get him a desk. Alexis talks about Sidwell and his business with deception. Marco's like, yeah, we only do an official business here. He brings up Natalia and how they fell out when he was in high school. I don't remember if he said the gay stuff, but we know it was in terms of like him being gay. Marco, this was intriguing. Marco brought up what Natalia, he said, considering what my mother, Natalia, did to Christina, Alexis' daughter, I wouldn't expect you to shed any tears over her getting fired at deception. But he did mention the bit committing her stuff. So he can be discreet. I'm not saying he's trustworthy at all, but that he at least knows how like to play his hand, or not to play his hand, rather. Ava shows up later in the scene. She wants more money, $150,000. Girl, Ava, you being greedy. Like, I understand. You've been tired of being broke. You want your money. You should get your money. That was promised to you in a divorce settlement. But I also know from years of watching television shows, when you transfer money over $10,000, the IRS is like, give us our cut. So, like, you're going to get yourself in trouble. But then from what we see later in the episode, Ava does send that $150K, but that's probably going to be the last bit that Ava gets. I hope she paid off her taxes. That's all I really needed Ava to do, was pay off the IRS, so then she can be making money through the gallery. I just don't want her to be poor no more. Because God forbid Ava fucking Jerome has to drink beer ever again. What are we doing? That is not the Ava I know and love. But maybe Nina can break her off with a little something. We'll see. Alright, at the end of that scene, Christina, the last note in that scene is the audacity. Christina shows up. But we got to get there, so bear with me. I'm trying not to rush, but I also got like dinner in the oven, so I'm like, oh, the oven, it's gonna beep in a minute. If it beep, I'm gonna have to hit this pause and go check it. Alright, so we have Molly and Cody at the hospital. Molly's trying to understand why Alexis would have Christina committed. Cody says, I know what it's like to be committed against your will. I was like, hold the fuck up. Cody, you signed up for that shit when you was committed. You wasn't against your will. You was trying to save Sasha. What was admirable? And then I wonder, like, wait, actually, we don't know a lot of Cody's backstory. Has Cody been committed before? And that intrigued me, because that would also, that's a history rewrite that I don't mind, because it enhances the story that already existed. So maybe we find out Cody was committed against his will before, and that was part of the reason he fought so hard for Sasha to get her out, because he knew what it was like. Intriguing. I will take it. Tell me the story. Alright, we have Christina with Donna. Not even cute little dimpled ass Donna will make, ooh, that sounded bad, but y'all know what I mean. Donna with the dimples. can make me care about Christina. It's very hard. It's so hard because the actress gives nothing. She gives nothing. She gives nothing. Nothing. Like, not less than nothing. Like, the only thing, she know the words in the script, and that's it. It's very, very bad. Molly and Cody show up. Molly and Cody came over with a story. All the cool kids are tying knots. Can I show you? Donna was like, nah, I'm not really feeling that. But he offered to give her a lollipop. And I was like, damn, Donna, you are Corinthos kid. You can't just be taking candy from men. Like, you should know better, girl. But I get it. Gets him out of the room. Cody is the new Mason. Is Josh Kelly taking the place of our one and only Nathaniel Gray? Pulling out candy, giving it to kids and shit. I don't know how I feel about that. That can only be one Mason. Cuz. Shout out to Nathaniel. I wish Molly had went to Alexis first. Because I still feel, and in all of this, even though Alexis is fucked up with covering her shit up for Christina, I still feel bad for Alexis. Because she just lost her daughter. Christina acting awkward. When Molly come over and it's like, oh, why would mom do this? Christina's like, oh my God, why would mom do this? What have I done? What could it be? Girl. And like, they even looked at the date. Like, Molly was like, maybe this was before. And Christina was like, nah, this was 3 days ago. That was the day we had our dinner. I'm like, Christina, you don't know what you did a week ago? Think about it. Yeah, my next note is, please lock this bitch up so I don't have to see her anymore. And thank you. Do that, please. I need Christina off the canvas for a while. Recast. Get her off the canvas. In her contract, get a recast of somebody who can play the fucking part. Bring back Lexi, please. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know how she's all outraged. I don't like that Molly and Christina was like, we'll leave Donna with Cody. I get that Christina don't know Cody at all, really, from what I can remember. Molly, I know she's had these quirky, oh, we're so cute, chemistry interactions with Cody, but neither one of them know him well enough to leave him alone with that little girl. I don't see it. Not saying he is that way or he is a danger, but they don't know that. And when you have kids or you are in charge of kids, young kids especially, you err on the side of fucking caution. Then we see Cody and Donna together, and it's all cute. It's not giving danger, and I don't think he's dangerous. I'm just saying they should not automatically think that he's safe for them because they don't know. But he's taking medication, and I just wonder, like, what if he has a concussion? He got kicked by a horse. What if he has like a concussion? What if he passes out? What's Donna gonna do then? What if Sidwell got people watching the house and they swoop in and take Donna like they took Sasha? I just don't understand why we being this risky. All right, we have Carly with Brick in LA. They're talking about Michael. The doctor comes out and says the surgery was a success. They're just talking about Sonny being able to come back home soon. And I'm like, how soon after open heart surgery can you get on a plane? I've never been on a plane. I've been on a plane. I've never flown on a plane. My sister, when I was younger, she went on a trip. And my whole family was nervous. So the pilot was so nice. They let us get on the plane just to like see what it felt like to walk on the plane to reassure us. But my point is, like, I know your ears pop and shit like changes. That's why babies cry on the plane. The open heart surgery, I just don't feel like it would be that soon. I feel like Sonny needs to be in LA for at least like a week or two to like let the stitches heal at least a little bit before he's on a plane. But I don't know. I could see even more like getting on the train up. All right, I heard that oven beep. I gotta wrap this up soon. It's gonna keep beeping. I apologize, but I don't think I have too much more to say. Brick then leaves. I was like, damn, he take the security with him, because the next thing we see is the nurse injecting some shit in Sonny's IV, and Sonny opens his eyes. So I don't know if he'll be able to stop her. I'm imagining Carly will probably come in and beat some ass. But will it be too late? All right, oven, give me a minute. I'm not gonna burn it up. Do you guys do this when you make something on a timer? Do you set your timer to give you a grace of a couple of minutes? I do. because I always, this is conversation I have with my oven timer, microwave timer is always the same. Like, yo, give me a minute, I'm coming. I don't want to burn up anything. All right, the nurse did have pretty eyes. I thought she was very pretty. That's gonna be frequent. I'm so sorry, but I don't want to stop this. I want to finish. So we have Brooklyn goes to confront Lulu, basically using my adopted baby to torture me. Lulu is gaslighting. Lulu should be torturing Dante, not Brooklyn. Her beef should be with Dante for lying to her all these years. That would be a more intriguing story to me if that she was up to no good and trying to make Dante suffer for lying to her versus Brooklyn. But that's not where we at. Yeah, Dante comes in and it's basically a lot of double talk. But I do like a good double talk soon. But I'm so annoyed with this story that it didn't entertain me. All right, so we have Willow. I have a little bit more. I'm so sorry. Willow, she's on the phone with Nina, waiting to see Michael. The nurse comes out and says, Michael don't want to see you. I was like, I don't believe that Michael would see her. And I was actually looking forward to see what we was doing for Michael. If we was going to have, if Chad was going to be back, or if we was going to have a recast, or who the recast was going to be. But then we find out that Michael didn't say no. The nurse, Drew paid the nurse. Oh, all right. Speaking of how much Drew paid the nurse, but I'll skip that because I'm rushing because this is going to keep beeping and I know that's annoying. I'm sorry. So we have Portia and Nina. Apparently they stopped the conversation the day before on prostitute and then picked it up the next day in Nina's office. Nina's plan is that Portia gets drugs to knock out Drew. The escort sleeps in, takes salacious pictures. Portia was like, I see how this helped you with the Willow shit, but how does that help me? And I was like, girl, I'm glad you asked because you the one breaking the law, stealing drugs. I don't see it. But that's when Nina suggests they take the pictures. The escort arrives. She was like, as much as I would love to leave here thinking I'm going to be a Crimson model, something tells me I shouldn't write home about it. Pause. I know there's some people who don't like the language on Beyond the Gates, but this is one where I have to compare. Because who writes home about shit? Don't nobody write home about anything anymore. Even if it's an email, you wouldn't say write home about it. This young OnlyFans chick is not going to be writing home about being a Crimson model. But maybe it makes sense because they are a magazine. I just feel like if it was Beyond the Gates or a more modern show, she would have been like, I shouldn't put this in a family group chat just yet. And I even probably paused the TV and asked my daughter, I was like, instead of writing home about it, what would you say? Like, what, not you in this situation, but what should she say? And she actually said the group's a family group chat, and that's actually what I was thinking. So I wish they would have done that. I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to hurry up so I don't burn my food. When the sex worker talked about, I'm proud to be a sex worker, and she's like, I'm gonna have to charge you $6,000 more than my usual rate. I was like, what is the rate for giving your vagina to people? I'm confused. So I Googled it. I done got that shit in my Google history now. That was like $10 to $15. Wait, what do you mean? Damn, I guess $6,000 is a good price. I don't know. I bet you, speaking of Drew, with this nurse lying to Willow, I bet he paid her more than $6,000 just to tell a lie. What are you trying to do for $6,000? That's, woo, it's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to make the money for the rent. That's a Hustle and Flow reference if y'all don't know. All right, let me see where I'm at. The one thing the chick did, the prostitute did say was like, she's seen movies like this, she know that people like her die. I was like, girl, that's the smartest thing you ever said in your life, probably. Oh, okay, that's it. All right, I'm gonna go check on this food. Thank you guys so much for bearing with me. I'm sorry for anything I missed. Thank you guys for bearing with me and being patient because I missed a day. I'm so grateful for you. I love this show, even though I'm constantly annoyed at General Hospital and fussing about it. It is, the longest relationship I've ever been in, besides with my mommy, is my relationship with General Hospital. And that started because my mom watched General Hospital when I was a little kid. We didn't have a VCR, so my job was at the babysitter to watch General Hospital and tell my mommy everything that happened. And I took pride in that role, and I would. And she said I was better than having a VCR. So maybe I've always been destined to do this. I need to tell my mommy that. That never occurred to me before. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I got to get this food done. Live long and prosper.